Hi everybody, today we are going to talk about how to read a marching band drill card. When you get your drill card, it's going to look something like this. Your drill card has all of the information you need to know in order to find your position on the field. Most importantly, it shows you your symbol and your number. So in this case, this performer is F5. That's important because if some of the band staff needs to find a specific person, they're going to call out F5 because the picture of the drill does not show exactly who is who, it just shows us what symbol and label they are. So the first thing that you need to do is memorize your number and your symbol. Now that you've done that, we can learn how to find exact spots on the field. So let's say we want to find set 17. We would have to find in the set column, number 17. The following column tells us how many counts we have to get to that set, in this case 16. All the rest of the information in this line gives us a horizontal and a vertical coordinate, and where they intersect will be our marching band spot. So let's go to the football field so that we can learn exactly how to find those positions. When you're looking at a football field, before we can find our spot, we need to familiarize ourselves with a few key elements. Of course, we have our yard lines, like the 50-yard line here, and then every other yard line we have two of, 245s, 240s, 235s, etc. We also have the sidelines, which are the edges of the field. So this right here is the home sideline, because it's closest to the home team. And back here we have the visitor sideline, because it's closer to the visiting team. You'll also see these small hash marks partway through the field. These are the home hash marks, again because they're closest to the home side, and these are the visitor hash marks, which are closer to the visitor side. When we're finding our marching band spot, the drill card will often refer to these positions, like the home sideline or the home hash, or the visitor hash or the visitor sideline, in order to help you find your spot. Because although on this program I have little marks in blue here for every single step on the field, we don't have those marks on a real football field, and we have to sort of guess. Now that you know those key features, we're ready to start looking for our spot on the field. Because the field has two of every yard line except for the 50, we need to make a distinction between the left side of the field and the right side of the field. So for example, we would refer to this yard line as the left 40 and this yard line as the right 40. That seems obvious, but remember that this is from the audience's perspective. So as a performer, when we're facing the audience's left is our right, and our audience's right is our left. So when I'm finding my spot, I will often turn around and face the same direction as the audience, just to make sure I'm on the correct side of the field. In this case, set 17 says right, so we know we're going to be somewhere on this half of the field. The next thing it says is 2 steps outside the 45-yard line. So here's the 45-yard line on the right, and then it says 2 steps outside. So outside always refers to being away from the 50, and inside refers to being toward the 50. So depending on which side of the field you're on, inside and outside are going to be different directions. But if you remember, inside is closer to the 50 and outside is away from the 50, you'll be in the correct spot. In this case, it says 2 steps outside. So here's that right 45. I can go 1, 2 steps with those small blue lines, and right about there, this line ends up being our vertical coordinate. So we know we're somewhere along this line. The next piece of information tells us the horizontal coordinate. In this case, it says 12 steps behind home hash. So I'll go back to the home hash, and I'm on this line. Once again, 2 steps outside. And it says 12 steps behind the home hash. So here's the home hash. In front of is toward the sideline. Behind is away from the home sideline. Then I'm going to go 4, 8, 12 steps. And right there is my official spot on the marching field. So as long as you stick to that order of operations, figuring out where you are left or right, which yard line is it? Are you inside or outside? And then figuring out how far front and back behind the hash or behind the sideline you are, you'll be able to find your marching spot.